Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Poonam. This is day 69 of our 100 days of coding challenge in JavaScript. And today's challenge is inspired by a problem from the CodeKata section of GUVI. And I would like to thank GUVI for providing such an amazing platform to practice coding challenges. And here is our question which we are going to solve. Here we have the input and the output description, and we have here sample input and output as well. Okay. Now I have taken this question in our VS Code. So let's move to our VS Code and we will proceed to solve this particular challenge. Okay. Now here is the question. So let's read the question. What is the question? A person save his monthly saving according to the given schema. Now what is the given schema? He saves the same amount of money which is equal to the money saved in the immediate previous 2 months. Okay. And it has been said initially he saved 1,000 rupees, and in the first month he saved another 1,000 rupees. Our task is to tell how much he had totally saved at the end of the n months, right? So this is our question. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to break this particular question. Okay. So I will write here what JS function. Okay. Now what is the next important part here? That a person is saving his monthly saving according to the some schema, right? What is the schema? It has been mentioned that he saves same amount of money which is equal to the money saved in the immediate previous 2 months, right? So let us take this and we will put it over here. Okay. After that, what is the next important line here? That it has been said initially he saved 1,000 rupees, right? So let us take that also here. And after that, what is the next thing written here? In the first month, he saved another 1,000 rupees, right? So let us take it over here, that also. Now what we have to find, they have said that we have to find how much he has saved totally, right? So that is what they have written. Your task is to tell how much he had totally saved at the end of n months, right? So we have to calculate his total savings. Okay. Suppose if it is first month, so how much will be his savings? If it has been said it is for a fourth month, then how much will be the savings? Okay, like that. So this is the important chunks, right, of this particular question. Correct. Now let us go to the GUVI's CodeKata page and take the sample input and output, right? And now also read this input description. What it is been said, you have been given with n, that is number of months, and you have to print the total savings at the end of the n months, right? So if you see here, we have been provided that 1 is your sample input and 2 is your sample output. That is n is equal to 1. That is our first month saving is how much? 2,000 rupees. Okay, so let us take it and we will put it over here. So this is our first test case which we are going to do it. Okay, after that, what we can see here, we have been provided with an input of 3 and expected output is what? 7,000. So this is our another test case which we have to solve it. Okay. Now we will understand how we can reach to this particular output. Okay. So let us go to the line number 4 and understand his schema. Okay. He saves same amount of money which is equal to the money saved in the immediate previous 2 months. Okay. So suppose if I write here month 3. Okay. So if I write here month 3, so immediate previous 2 months means what? It will be M1 plus M2, right? That is what it is. If I say it is fourth month, okay? So here I can write M4 and what it will be? M2 plus M3, right? That is what this line is saying, that he saves the same amount of money which is equal to the money saved in the immediate previous 2 months. That is what he is doing. The amount saved is the sum of the saving of the previous 2 months, right? So for month 3, for month 4 and so on, it is easy, right? But what about month 2 and month 1? Here is our challenge, okay? So we will come here and we will write here what? Month 2 and we will write here what? Month 1, okay? Now let us understand it, okay? How we are going to get our month 1 and month 2, okay? Now, after that, what it was been written here, that initially he saved how much rupees? 1,000 rupees. So let us write here what? Initially he was saving 1,000 rupees. So I will just write a separator here and then I'm going to write it, okay? So his initial saving is how much? 1,000. So I will write here what? Saving is equal to 1,000. Okay. After that, what it was been said that in the first month, he saved another 1,000, right? So we can say here clearly that our M1 is how much? 1000, correct? So he saved in first month 1000. But this is not the total saving, guys. This is just his monthly saving. Total saving we have to calculate. If you see here, it has been said how much he had saved totally, right? So this is our monthly saving that it has been said it is 1000. Okay. Now what will be our total saving in this case? So I will just write here what? 1000 plus saving. That is nothing but 1000 plus 1000, right? That is how much? It will be 2000, correct? That is what is his monthly saving at the end of the first month. That is where you are getting when it is at a first month, he is saving 2000 rupees. Okay. Now we have to see for when our number of month is 3, then how much he is going to save. Okay. So now we have to calculate for M2. Now here if you see, we don't have previous 2 months, right? So here what he is going to do it, he will save the double of this particular month. So I can write here 2000. This will be his monthly saving. Okay. This will be what? His monthly saving. But what will be his total saving now? His total saving will be what? 2000 plus this 2000, because at the first month he saved totally 2000, right? So that is what I am going to write here. What? 2000 plus saving. That is nothing but 2000 plus 2000. Okay. That we are going to get what? 4000. Okay. It will be not be 3000 or something. It will be 4000. Why? Because here we don't have a previous of 2 months, right? So he will save the double of the first month itself. So that is what he is going to do, 2000. And at the end of the first month, his total saving was how much? 2000. That is where we added this 2000 and we got here what? 4000. Okay. Now let us come here when it reaches to M3. Now this is easy, right? Because it is sum of previous 2 months, right? So here it will be how much? 1000 plus 2000, correct? So what here we are going to write? What will be our monthly saving then? 1000 plus 2000, that is nothing but 3000, right? And 3000 plus saving. So what it will be then? 3000 plus 4000. What it is going to get now? 7000. Correct? That is what we are getting here. When it is at a third month, he will save 7000. Okay. So at the end of the fourth month, what will be his monthly saving? It is nothing but the addition of the previous 2 months, right? So that is nothing but M2 plus M3. What is M2? It is nothing but 2000, right? After that, what we have to write? 3000. That is nothing but 1000 plus 2000. So it will be what? 3000, right? So what will be our total saving then here? We are going to write here what? 5000 plus saving. Now what is the saving of the previous month? It is totally 7000, right? So we will write here what? 3000 plus 7000, right? And what you will get here? You are going to get here nothing but 11,000, right? So this will be the saving at our fourth month. If you see, it is easy to calculate when it is at the end of the third month, at the end of the fourth month. The challenging part was first and second. Even we can see the first month is also easy because it will be obviously his saving plus his first month, right? So that is where you can easily get this also. But the most challenging was what? To get our second month, right? So if you see here, that is why they gave here for the first input, that is 1, you are getting 2000. So you will get past your test case here. But then what about the rest of the thing? The rest of the thing is dependent on our second month, right? So this was the very challenging one because we didn't had your previous 2 months, right? So we had to understand that he is going to save the previous month double amount, right? That is what it was. Monthly saving was 2000, right? And we have successfully done this, right? Now, since we have understood our question and we have also understood that how we are going to reach to this particular output as well. Now, let us come down and we will write our approach, okay? So I will write here what? Approach, okay? Now, in this question, we have been provided with a saving. So I will declare a variable called as a saving and I will assign it with 1000. Okay. Then what is the next value they have given? They have given here first month saving, right? So I will write here what? first month is equal to 1000. Okay. Now, after that, I am going to declare a variable called as amount, and we will initialize it with 0. Okay. Why I am declaring a third variable called as amount? Because I am going to accumulate my total savings in our amount variable. Okay. Now, in this question, after this, what we are going to use, we will be using nothing but a loop, right? And from where to where it is going to run, our loop is going to start from 1. Okay. Why 1? Because our month starts from 1, right? 1 to 12, right? That is why we are going to start at 1. And where it ends, it is going to end at our n month. Okay. So I will write here n. Okay. So n can be 1, it can be 3, it can be 4. Okay. It depends upon the question which is being provided to us. Here our n will be 1 and here our n will be what? 3, right? Now let us write our loop. Okay. So I will write here what? For let I is equal to 1 and I should be less than or is equal to n. Because 1 to n we have to run, right? Then I will increment it. Okay. Then our flower braces, right? Now in this flower braces, we are going to write our logic. Okay. So what I will be writing here, I am going to write here nothing but amount plus is equal to first month into I. Okay. This is what I am going to write it. Now, this is nothing but what? Amount is equal to amount plus first month into I. That is what I said I am going to accumulate here. Okay. Now let us understand the iteration how we are going to do. Because you will say, Poonam, you have not used here savings anywhere. I will tell you where I am going to use the saving also. Okay. First, we will understand the iteration. Okay. Now we know it is going to run till our n, right? That means if it is 2, it will run I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 2. If it is 4, it will run from 1 to 4. Okay. Now we will take a condition where it is going to run till 4 because we have understood till 4, right? So we will take a loop where it is going to run from 1 to 4. Okay. So let us come here and write here what? When I is equal to 1. Okay. When I is equal to 1, that means what will happen? This is going to get done, right? So what we are going to do? Amount is equal to amount plus first month into I. What is our amount right now? It is nothing but 0, right? Plus, what is our first month? 1000, right? Multiplied by I. What is the I value? It is nothing but 1. So what we will get here? We are going to get nothing but here as 1000, right? So I will write here what? 1000, okay? Now, when I is equal to 2, then what will happen? Our amount value got updated by 1000, right? So, I am going to write here 1000, okay? After that, what will happen here? 1000 because first month saving is not going to change. So, it will remain 1000. What is our I? Our I is nothing but 2. So, what we are going to get here? We are going to get here what? 2000 plus 1000, that is nothing but 3000, right? So we will be getting here what? 3000. Okay. Now, when I is equal to 3, what will happen? I is equal to 3. So that time our amount value is what? 3000. So I will write here 3000 plus 1000 into 3, right? Because I value is 3. So what is the output we are going to get? We are going to get here 3000 plus 3000. That is nothing but 6000, right? Now when I is equal to 4, what is going to happen? 6000, right? Plus then 1000 because first month saving is not going to change, multiplied by our I. That is nothing but 4. So what we will get here? We are going to get here 6000 plus 4000. That will be what? 10,000, right? So I am going to write here 10,000. Okay. Now let us see our output, what we are getting. So we are getting here 2000. We have here what? 1000, right? Then what we are getting here? 4,000. We have here 3,000. Then we are getting 7,000. We have here what? 6,000. We have here 11,000 and we have here 10,000, right? So if you see, it is always less than 1,000, correct? So thereafter, once our loop is completed and we get our final amount, I will just add up the saving to this amount. So I will write here what? Amount plus saving. That is what I am going to write it. So as soon as I add this 1,000, I am going to reach to this particular output. Let us see how. So if I write here 1,000, what is our saving? Saving is nothing but what? 1000, right? So what we will get here? 1000 plus 1000, that is nothing but 2000. That is your actual output, right? For when I is equal to 1, correct? That means our first month, correct? Now what we will have here? We will have here 3000 plus our saving, right? So what is our saving? Again, it is going to be the same, 1000 only. So it will be 3000 plus our 1000. So what we are going to get here? It will be nothing but 4000, right? So when I is equal to 3, what we are getting here? 6000 plus saving. That is nothing but what? 6000 plus 1000, right? So we are going to get here what? 7000. That also we are able to do it. When I is equal to 4, what is the value? It is nothing but 10,000. And we are going to write here what? Saving. So our 10,000 plus 1000, right? So I will write here 1000, and what we are going to get? We will be getting here nothing but 11,000, correct? So if you see, you are getting the same output now, 2,000, 4,000, 7,000, and 11,000. So we will be doing this question in a very, very simple case, okay? That first we will run a loop, we will multiply our first month into our I, and we will accumulate everything into our amount. And then once the loop is getting terminated, we will add our amount plus saving. And that is where we are going to get our final output, correct? So the same thing we are going to now write down inside our function also. So let us come at the top at line number 3, and we will define our function name as what? Total savings, okay, with a parenthesis. So this will be our function name. So let us come down and write our function. So function, I will write here what? Total savings, okay, and we will invoke it, okay. So I will invoke it total savings, and first I am going to pass here 1, and we will take it here as our n, okay. Now just we will console it. So console.log of n we will do, and let us come here in the terminal, and we will write here what? Node day 69 challenge, and we will hit enter. What do we got? We got here as 1. That means this function is running properly, right? Now let us come down and we will declare our variables, okay? So we will write here what? Let saving is equal to 1000, correct? Then we will write here what? Let first month is equal to again 1000, right? Then let amount is equal to 0, correct? This is the place where we are going to accumulate our savings, right? Now what we will do? We will start our loop. So I will write here what? For, and then I will write here what? Let I is equal to 1. Why 1? Because our number of months starts at 1, right? So we will write here I is equal to 1, and it should run till our month, right? So that means I should be less than or is equal to n, and I will write here what? I plus plus, correct? Now inside this, what I am going to write? Amount plus is equal to first month into our I, right? That is what we are going to do it. Now let us come here and we will just console. So I will write here what? Console.log, and I will write here what? I comma amount, okay? Now let us see the iterations also, okay? So we will come here and we will write here what? Node day 69 challenge, and we will hit enter. What I am getting? When I is 1, it is 1000, okay? Now let us come here and we will invoke it for all the other n values, okay? So I will write here total saving 2, I will pass here, I will write here total saving, and I'll pass here what? 3, and I'll pass till 4, okay? Because we have understood this logic till 4, right? Now let us come here and we will clear the terminal and we will rerun it, okay? So I will write here what? Node day 69 challenge, and we will hit enter. What we are getting? When our I is equal to 1, only one iteration, that is 1000. When I is equal to 2, here it is 2 iteration, and we can see it. We are getting here how much? 3000, right? Then 6000, then we are getting here 10,000. So we can see it is properly getting accumulated inside our amount, right? So now let us come here and we will do this particular line as well, where we understood now it was a difference of 1000 because we have not added savings, right? So we will come here outside our loop and we will write here what? Console.log, and I will write here what? Amount plus our savings, okay? So I will come here and I will clear the terminal and we will remove this console.log statement. Okay. And we will remove this console.log statement as well. Now let us rerun it. So I will write here what node day 69 challenge and hit enter. What I got 2,000, 4,000, 7,000 and 11,000. That is what is the exact output. And if you test here for 1, it is how much? 2,000. For 3, it is how much? 7,000. So you can see when n is equal to 1, it is 2,000. When n is equal to 3, it is 7,000. So we are getting the exact output. Now with this approach, you can calculate for month till 12 also. You will get it at the end of the 12th month how much he has saved. So let us come here and we will just check that also. So I will write here what total saving and I'll pass here directly 12 now. Let us come here and clear the terminal and we will rerun it. So I will write here what node day 69 challenge and hit enter. What do we get? We get here what 79,000. So he saved at the end of his 12 month, that is after 1 year, he will have total 79,000. Okay. So that is what. Let us come here and we will now improvise the console.log statement. So I will write here what template literals and I'll put here comma and I will write here what total savings after n months. Okay. Let me write it n with a dollar and a flower braces. So we will get the n values also and I'll write here months and we will write here colon. Okay. Now let us come here, clear the terminal and test it out. So I will write here what node day 69 challenge and we will hit enter. So what do we got? We got here total saving after first month 2,000, after 2 months 4,000, after 12 months 79,000, right? So we have got our exact output, right? So this was our question and this is what it was demanding from us. Okay. Now if you see, I have not written the line by line like this. Okay. I choose to write it in a different way to get this particular output. So it's your choice. If you understand the question, then you can write it in any of the way to get our final output. But you have to make sure all the test cases are passing with that particular approach. Okay. If you see in this question, all my test cases are passing. Okay. We have tested and we have taken from the GUVI official page of CodeKata the test cases, right? And if you see, it is working here, right? So let us come back to our VS Code again and let us have a quick recap of this particular question. So what is the question here? A person is saving monthly according to the given schema, right? What was the schema? He is saving the same amount of money which is equal to the money saved in the immediate previous 2 months, right? Initially, he saved 1,000 rupees and in the first month, he saved another 1,000 rupees. And we were being asked to calculate the total saving after the end of n months, right? Then we came here at line number 3 to 7 and we break down the particular questions into step by step, right? And we also declared our function name as what? Total savings, right? Now we understood here that we have been provided with the two values, that is a first month as 1,000 and our initial saving is what? 1,000 rupees, right? So it was been asked to calculate the total saving at the end of the n months, right? Then it was been provided here the sample input and output, right? After that, we understood how we can reach to this particular output using our saving and our first month value, right? That is what we did here. We did the calculation. We understood it, everything, right? Then we came down and we also wrote the approach to achieve this particular calculation, right? We understood that it is very easy to get for a month 3 and month 4 because it is nothing but the addition of the previous 2 months. But when it is at a month 2, it is difficult to understand what will be his saving, right? Monthly saving. Okay. For first month, it was given to us that it is first month plus your saving. It is understood, right? But for the second month, that was a challenge, right? So that is where we understood that yes, it will be the double of his previous month, right? So that is where we wrote 2,000, right? And we completed this particular calculation. And after that, to achieve this, what we wrote a for loop, right? And inside that, we did a very basic calculation that amount is equal to amount plus first month into I, right? That is what we have done here. And we did our iterations also very properly, right? We understood that our I has to be started at 1 because our number of month starts where at 1, right? That is where we wrote here what I is equal to 1, okay? And we calculated here. When we calculated, we understood that we were only less than 1000 every time. So that is where we added the 1000 here and we got our exact output, right? Because in this case, we were not using anywhere our savings, right? So we had to use that saving. So what we did first, we did this calculation and we understood that in the iteration, whenever it is getting performed, it is giving 1000 rupees less, right? That is where is our saving. So we added our saving to each of the amount, right? Later on, correct? Then we came here and we wrote our function. So we declared our function as what? Total saving. We passed here as a params as n. That is nothing but our number of months, right? Then we declared here three variables, that is saving, first month and amount. Saving is 1000, it was given. First month is 1000, it was given, and we initialized amount is equal to 0, where we are going to accumulate our total saving in our amount, right? Then we wrote our for loop where I is starting at 1 and where it is ending at the end of our months, right? Then what we did, we incremented as well. Then we wrote here the same thing, amount plus is equal to first month into I. And we also tested here what will be the amount after the iterations, right? We understood the iteration in our console.log statement also, right? At line number 55, we printed our total savings for end month, right? End month. So at line number 55, we printed our total savings for n months. So at line number 55, we printed our total savings for n months, right? That is nothing but amount plus saving. And we wrote here what? Total savings after n months, right? That means we improvised our console.log statement as well, right? Then from line number 57 to 61, we invoke this function with different n number of months, right? And that is where we got the output in the console also. So let us come here and clear the terminal and we will write here what? Node day 69 challenge and we will hit enter. What do we get? We get for first month, second month, third month, fourth month. Now I'll tell you guys why this challenge is important, because this challenge enhances problem solving skills. It also demonstrates the efficient iterative techniques, avoiding recursion for better performance in real world scenarios. So thank you so much guys for joining me, and don't forget to check out the CodeKata on GUVI for more amazing challenges guys. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more daily coding content. So till then, keep coding, keep growing, and I will see you in the next video with another challenge. So thank you so much guys. Take care. Bye-bye.